Yes, children. So we completed the lesson 21, building materials and bridges. So we learned about building materials, the materials used to build a house. Group of people work together to build a house. Which are those people? Then building a bridge and types of bridges. Now we are going to do the exercise part, the exercise in the workbook. So there are many exercises given in your workbook. Let us start with the first exercise. So the first exercise in your workbook is tick the correct answer. Yes, there are 4 questions given, 1, 2, 3, 4. Each question has 3 options. Option A, option B, option C. Read the question, check the options, see which option is the correct one. If option A is correct, put a tick mark in the square box given. If option B is correct, then you can put the tick mark against that square box here. If option C is the correct answer, you can tick in the C square box. Okay, so the first one is, first question. It is a tool used by a mason. Yes, so mason is a person who builds the walls using bricks and stones, who builds the pillars or roofs of the house. Once the plan is ready, architect getting approved, architect sent to the for the approval, he sent to the highest authority. Once it is ready, once we got the approval, mason start his work. He used different tools to do his job. So among this, which is the tool used by a mason? Option A, planner. Option B, compass. Option C, wrench. Yes, which is the tool used by a mason? Yes, he uses planner. It's a machine, or it's a machine tool that used to shape wood, to flatten the wood, we say. It's a machine actually. It's a shaper also, we can say, to shape the workpiece. That is planner. So it is used by mason. Yes, so you can tick here in the square box. Compass is used by architect, isn't it? Yes. And wrench is used by whom? There are mason, there are architect, plumber is there. So plumber uses wrench, isn't it? Yes. So mason use planner. Second, fixes the lights and switches. Who fits the lights and switches in the house? Whose work it is? Option A, an architect. Option B, a painter. Option C, an electrician. Who fixes the lights and switches, children? Yes, an electrician. E-L-E-C-T-R-I-C-I-N. An electrician fixes the lights and bulbs. Yes. Third question, this bridge is made of rubber boards. There are different types of bridge you learned. Beam bridge, arc bridge, suspension bridge, drawbridge, pontoon bridge. Yes, so this bridge is made of rubber boards. So which bridge is made of rubber boards tying together? Option A, draw. Option B, arc. Option C, pontoon. Drawbridge, arc bridge, or pontoon bridge? Yes, a temporary bridge it is. It is a pontoon bridge where the bridge is made of rubber boards tying together and they are covered with wooden planks. Yes, the last one, the fourth question, is used to supply heat in a kiln. Kiln is a furnace, a big furnace where we used to bake the bricks, heat the bricks. For heating, to supply heat, we use what? We use oil or coal. Yes, so option A, coal. Option B, petrol. Option C, wood. So it is used to supply heat in a kiln. We use coal to supply heat. Option A is the correct answer. So you can tick here in the square box. First one, it is a tool used by a mason. Option A, planner is the answer. Second, fixes the lights and switches. An electrician fixes the lights and switches. Option C is the answer. Third, this bridge is made of rubber boards. Option C, pontoon bridge is made of rubber boards. Fourth one, it is used to supply heat in a kiln. Yes, option A, coal. Coal we use to supply heat in a kiln. Okay, children? Yes, children. So our next exercise in the workbook is exercise 2. Fill in the blanks. So there are 5 fill in the blanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Read the questions carefully and write the correct answer. So, let us read the first question. The first one, bricks are made in dash. Bricks are made in, yes, a big furnace, a kind of oven to heat it, isn't it? Yes, what is that? Yes, we call it as kiln, K-I-L-N. Bricks are made in kiln. Then, second, clay is removed from the ground by dash or dash. For manufacturing bricks, first step is to remove the clay. So, we remove the clay from the ground by, yes, by hand or machine. So, by hand, H-A-N-D, hand or machine, M-A-C-H-I-N-E, machine. By hand or machine, we remove the clay from the ground to make bricks. Third, and dash draws the plan of the building to be constructed. So to build a house or any building, to make a house or a building, whatever it is, which type of building, that doesn't matter, but to start it, before constructing it, someone should be there to draw the plan. Who is that? Yes, and architect draws the plan of the building to be constructed. Architect, A-R-C-H-I-T-E-C-T. An architect draws the plan of the building to be constructed. Fourth one, a dash paints the walls. Who paints the walls of a building or a house? Yes, a painter. Very good. A painter. P-A-I-N-T-E-R. A painter paints the walls. The last fill in the blanks, fifth one, a dash bridge hangs from chains or ropes. So we learned about different types of bridge. Among the bridge, one bridge we learned, it hangs from chains or ropes. It is usually a permanent bridge. Yes, it is called a suspension bridge. S-U-S-P-E-N-S-I-O-N. A suspension bridge hangs from chains or ropes. So first one, bricks are made in kiln, K-I-L-N. Second, clay is removed from the ground by hand or machine. Third, an architect draws the plan of the building to be constructed. Fourth, a painter paints the walls. Fifth question, the last fill in the blanks, a suspension bridge hangs from chains or ropes. Okay, children? Yes, children. So our next exercise in the workbook is exercise 3. Tick the true and cross the false statements. So there are few statements given. Read the statement. If the statement is correct, if it is true, give a tick mark in the square box. If the statement is wrong or it is false, then put a cross mark. Yes, so the first one, a painter uses rollers and spray paint guns to paint a house. Is it true? Yes, painter uses some tools to paint a house. He uses rollers, he uses spray paint guns to paint a house. It is a true statement. So you can give a tick mark in the square box. So the statement is true, give a tick mark. Second, bricks take about 5 hours to pass completely through the kiln. We bake the bricks in a kiln, a big furnace where we heat the molded bricks, isn't it? Yes. So it takes long hours to complete that process. In high temperature we heat the bricks inside the kiln. It takes completely 36 hours, not 5 hours, isn't it? Yes. So the given statement is true or false? Yes, it is a false statement. Bricks takes about 5 hours is false. It takes about 36 hours, isn't it? So the given statement is false or wrong. So give a cross mark in the square box. Now third statement, temporary bridges can be taken apart after use. So there are temporary bridges and permanent bridges. Permanent bridges are permanent, fixed forever. Temporary bridges we can take apart after use. Yes, it is a True statement. Temporary bridges can be taken apart after use. It is a true statement, so you can give a tick mark in the square box. Fourth statement, a beam bridge is made of rubber boards. So we learned about different types of bridge. Among that, a beam bridge is there, isn't it? Yes. Actually, that bridge is made of logs. Pillars are made with steel beam or concrete, isn't it? Yes. So the given statement is what? True or false? A beam bridge is made of rubber boards. Yes, it is a false statement. Rubber boards tied together to form which bridge? It's a pontoon bridge, not beam bridge. Beam bridge are made of logs and steam beams. So this given statement is wrong or it is false. So you can give a cross in the square box. Now the last statement, the fifth one, an electrician fixes lights and switches. Yes, who fits light and switches in the house? Who fixes lights and switches in a house? Yes, which person or who fixes that? An electrician fixes, isn't it? He lays the lines, electric lines for electric wires and switchboards. He fits lights and bulbs, fans, etc. in the house. Electrician. Yes, so the given statement is right, or it is correct statement, it is true, so you can give a tick mark in the square box. Yes, so first one, a painter uses rollers and spray paint guns to paint a house. The statement is true, give a tick mark. Second, bricks take about 5 hours to pass completely through the kiln. It is a false statement, put cross. Third, temporary bridges can be taken apart after use. Yes, it is a true statement, so you can give a tick mark in the square box. Fourth one, a beam bridge is made of rubber boards. It is a wrong statement, it is false, so put a cross mark in the square box. Fifth one, an electrician fixes lights and switches. Yes, it is true, so give a tick mark in the square box. Okay? Yes, children, so our next exercise in the workbook is exercise 4. Answer the following questions. Yes, the first questions. Come on, read the first question, children. Yes, the first question is, name the people who are involved in the construction of a house. So which are the people, the group of people involved in the construction of a house? Many people, group of people work to build a house. So who are they? Yes, answer, architect. ARCHITECT, architect, who draws the plan for a house. Comma, mason, 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 who builds the foundation, lay the foundation of the house, building walls, then pillars, roofs of a house. And his helpers, mason and his helpers, comma, plumber, 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 who fixes the underground pipes. He lays the underground pipes, fits pipes in washrooms and kitchen. Electrician, ELECTRICIA, electrician, who lays the lines, electric lines for the switchboard, electric boxes, isn't it? Yes, fits the lights, bulb. Then carpenter, 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 who makes the doors, windows and shelves, cupboards and all. Then, and painter, who paints the walls of the house, painter, and polishes the doors, windows, etc. So architect, mason and his helpers, plumber, electrician, carpenter and painter. These are the group of people work together to build or to construct a house. Second question, why are bricks used for making buildings? Why we are using bricks, not any stones, only why we are using bricks? Bricks are used for making buildings because they are long lasting. It is endurable, long lasting, long period of time it stays there. So long lasting, then easily available. We get bricks, it is easily available. Wherever we go, there are bricks, we can get it very easily. Cheap, not costly, and very useful. It's so useful for building. So we use bricks. So bricks are used for making buildings because they are long lasting, they are strong and long lasting, easily available, cheap and very useful as building material. Third, why are raw bricks baked? Third question is why these bricks are baked. So we learned the steps of manufacturing bricks. Isn't it? First we remove the clay from the ground using hand or machine, then we crush it, then we mix it with water, we knead it with feet, then we put it in the mold to get the shape, then after setting we bake it, isn't it? We dry it in the sun, then we bake it in a kiln, a furnace, a big furnace where we in high temperature we heat it to become hard and strong. Then afterwards we allow it to cool. So it takes long hours for doing this process. Yes, so why we are baking it? Why are raw bricks baked? So that it will become hard and strong. Yes, the bricks are baked in a huge furnace called kiln, KILN, to make them strong and hard. So the first question, name the people who are involved in the construction of a house. Answer, architect, mason and his helpers, plumber, electrician, carpenter and painter. Second, why are bricks used for making buildings? Bricks are used for making buildings because they are long lasting, easily available, cheap and very useful as building material. Third question, why are raw bricks baked? The bricks are baked in a huge furnace called kiln to make them strong and hard. Yes. Children, so our next question in this section, answer the following, is the fourth question. Yes, let's see what is the fourth question. Yes, the fourth question is name the different types of bridges. Yes, so you learn different types of bridges, isn't it? We learned about a beam bridge, an arc bridge, a suspension bridge, pontoon bridge, drawbridge, isn't it? Yes, among this some are permanent and some are temporary. Yes. So answer beam bridge, B-E-A-M, beam bridge, arc, in the shape of an arc, A-R-C-H, arc bridge. Yes, arc bridge are more stronger than beam bridge. Beam bridge are made of logs, pillars with steel beam or concrete. Arc bridge are made of brick stones and concrete, so they are so strong. They are all permanent bridges. Suspension bridge hangs from ropes or chains. Yes, then it is usually a permanent bridge. Pontoon bridge are made of rubber boards tied together and they are covered with wooden planks, and they are temporary bridge. And we learned about drawbridge. Drawbridge are made on roadways, and we entirely or partially we move it to give enough space for ships to pass through. Yes, so these are the types of bridges you learned: beam bridge, arc bridge, suspension, S-U-S-P-E-N-S-I-O-N, suspension bridge, pontoon bridge, P-O-N-T-O-O-N, and draw, D-R-A-W, draw bridge. The last question in this section is the fifth question. What is a pontoon bridge? Yes, a pontoon bridge is a temporary bridge. We can take apart after use. It's a temporary bridge made of rubber boards tied together and covered with strong wooden planks, a rectangular shaped wooden piece, strong wooden planks. People and light vehicles can pass over them easily. Small vehicles, light vehicles, and people pass through this bridge. Yes, so name the different types of bridges: beam bridge, arc bridge, suspension bridge, pontoon bridge, and drawbridge. Fifth one, what is a pontoon bridge? A pontoon bridge is a temporary bridge made of rubber boards tied together and covered with strong wooden planks, P-L-A-N-K-S. People and light vehicles can pass over them easily. Children, so next is hot section. Yes, so there is a question given here where you have to think about the question and answer the question. Let's see what is the question given here. Why should a building or bridge be earthquake proof or waterproof? Why should be a building or a bridge, whatever we are constructing, whether if it is a building or whether it is a house or a building or a bridge, it should be waterproof and earthquake proof. Why? Yes, during earthquake, what happens, you know, if the building is not strong, if the foundation is not strong, what happens? It collapses or it falls down. It breaks down or falls down. So earthquake proof. So earthquake, if any shaking happens and all, the building is strong, it won't fall down. And if heavy rain, if there is supposed to be heavy rain, then what happens? Because of heavy rain, this water leaks through the walls of the house, roofs of the house. So that is water leaking. So the waterproof means there won't be any leaking of water if it is heavy rain also. And if earthquake proof, then we won't this building won't shake or it won't fall down easily. Yes. So why the building should be earthquake proof or waterproof? A building or bridge should be earthquake proof to minimize the damage from collapse. Yes, to reduce and minimize the damage from collapse. If it collapses or it falls down, damage happens more. So to minimize that, the building or bridge should be earthquake proof and waterproof to prevent leakage from rainwater. If rain falls heavily, that leakage should not be there. So it should be waterproof, even if it is a bridge or a building. So a building or bridge should be earthquake proof to minimize the damage from collapse and waterproof to prevent leakage from rainwater. Okay, children? Yes, children. So each lesson, whenever you learn a lesson, from each lesson you will learn a value. There is a value for each lesson. That this value you can follow in future. Whenever there is an opportunity for you, you can use that value. You should follow this value-based teaching, isn't it? Yes. So every lesson has a value. This lesson also you learn some values. Yes. What is that? Let us see the value-based question here in the workbook, from which you will get a value for the lesson. If you are the engineer who has to handle a project of making a flyover in your city, what kind of materials would you choose for that? Suppose you grown up and you after your studies you became an engineer. Children that they like to become engineer, doctor, teacher, etc. Suppose you became an engineer who laying the plan of a building, constructing a building or house or a flyover, etc. Yes, he is an engineer. Yes, so you are the engineer of that building or a flyover in your city. So you have to build it with so care. The flyover should be strong. Others should not tell any complaints. You should be so careful while doing that. It is you are doing in your city. Okay, so what kind of materials would you use? I would use steel, concrete, stone, asphalt, ASPHALT. Asphalt is a brown black material which is used for surfacing the road. Or flooring, roofing, we use this asphalt, mix of concrete and sand and all. Yes, then iron, timber, so wood we used to, it's a strong hard wood, then aluminium, rubber and other joint materials. With attention, with care we used, given to the substructure piling implementation. Piling means what? To avoid the higher risk in future. Piling, the building should be strong or the flyover should be strong. You have to lay the strong foundation with pillars and all. There is piling. So you have to use very strong materials for the flyover to avoid the risk in future. Yes, like iron, steel, concrete, these strong materials which are so strong and hard, so that there won't be any problem in future. Yes, so you should be very careful while doing this work. With care and attention you should do the work. Nowadays what happens? Yes, they won't take much care and they use very not strong materials. So if any heavy rain or some earthquake happens, or after longer period of time or after few years, there's a chance of breaking. So it should not happen. That should be long lasting, durable. It should be permanent. So you should use good strong hard materials to build anything, even if it is a flyover or a house or a bridge, whatever, isn't it? Yes. should not try to misuse the money. With the money you have to plan nicely, you have to build the building with strong materials. Yes, so if you are an engineer, you should take care of all these things, isn't it, children? Yes, so that is the value you learned from the lesson. If you are an engineer, you should use strong and hard materials to build a bridge or a building or a flyover, whatever it is. And you should take care, you should see how the people are doing the work, whether they are doing it with care and attention. Yes, that is the value you learned from here. Okay, children? So next is home assignment project. In page number 60 in your workbook, they have given a project or a home assignment for you. Let's see what is that. Collect pictures of different types of world famous bridges. So you have to collect the pictures of the famous bridges in the world and stick below. Here space they have given, there you have to stick the pictures of the famous bridges in the world. Write the name, you have to write the name of that bridge, location and features of the bridge, where this bridge is located, the place and the features. If it is a beam bridge, you can write the features, how it is made, isn't it? Made of logs, strong beam, steel beam and all. So like that, features you can write 1 or 2 points, and the location and the name of the bridge you should write. So you can search and find out the famous bridges in the world and write, paste the pictures, write the name of the bridge, location and features. There are many famous bridges in the world. Great Belt Bridge, Chapel Bridge in Switzerland, Sydney Harbour Bridge is there in Australia. Sydney Harbour Bridge is so famous. Then Suspension Bridge is there in United States, and Alexandra Bridge is there in Spain. Tower Bridge is there in London. So there are different kinds of bridge, types of bridge, world famous bridges are there. So children, try to find out the names of these different famous bridges in the world. You can get, if you search in the internet, you can in the computer there, you can get, if you have a smartphone in your home for your parents, just search the world famous bridges, then you get a list and you can write the name of the bridge, and you can take a printout from outside also, stationery shop, get the printout of this bridge and the pictures, and you can paste here and you just write the name of the bridge, where it is located, and also the features of the bridge. 1 or 2 points you can write features, how it is made, what is its shape. Enough. Okay, so these are some famous bridges name. Try to search and find out and paste here. Okay, yes, that is the work here for the assignment. So now we completed the exercise part in the workbook. Go through the exercise well after reading the lesson. After thoroughly reading the lesson, go through these exercises, learn this exercises well, so that you can prepare for the exam. Okay, children?